Hey Leos, and welcome to your February 2019 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here, and I hope that you are feeling refreshed, rejuvenated, and excited as you're moving through such a transition-oriented period of time. I actually really love what I'm seeing for you, Leo. I love what's coming in. It really matches naturally to the transits and the general collective energies out and about. Like, check out your reading. Your only reversal is your central theme of the Hanged Man, and I don't think that's bad at all. Pretty much everything is upright, everything is bright. I mean, you have Death, you have Six of Swords, but I feel that they're so well timed and so well integrated into your experience right now that February really comes in to be an incredible sigh of relief, an incredible healing and energetically promoting time for you. I love the major arcana that is coming into your reading as well. Temperance, the Empress, Death, the Hanged Man. You have really strong balances of, left and right energy, masculine and feminine energy, and it's really coming together to create a stronger sense of integration, I feel, than you've had in a long time. So congratulations, Leo. I want you to move into February with hope and with confidence and with optimism. Jupiter's getting really placed well into Sagittarius. If I talk all about that, I have a video on Jupiter and Sagittarius, and I talked a lot about that as well in your 2019 year ahead forecast, Leo. Make sure you check that out. I'll link that below in the description box where you can find my 2019 year ahead series if you hadn't seen it already. But optimism, confidence, trust that you can rise from the ashes, trust that you are already rising from the ashes is really pivotal for you in February, Leo. And I think that you are building so incredibly. I just love what I'm seeing. I know it sounds like perhaps sugar-coated, but it feels, this is honestly the best energy that I've felt in a long time when I've sat down to do a reading. The last year as a tarot reader on YouTube has been hard because almost every sign has been going through something defining, painful, traumatic, and having to raise from that. And this is one of the first readings, Leo, that I don't feel that same type of energy. I mean, you have potentialities for that with Six of Swords and Death, but it feels to me that those processes have been so well adjusted from and so well acclimated to that it now becomes something that is positive for you and now becomes something that supplements your growth as a person. So that's something that I want to talk about first and foremost in this reading. How are you supplementing your growth right now, Leo? Three of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. It's all about the supplementation of your growth. It's all about looking around your life and seeing what around me helps me to grow and what around me is helping me to wilt. So you have Death right by that Seven of Pentacles, and that to me says that there's a little bit of both, Three of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Death. There are all of these opportunities for growth, and there are also these opportunities for wilting and for falling back. So this is truly a period of time where you are measuring that and understanding, because February at a grander scale is about letting go, is about an ending phase. March is the astrological new year when we get back into Aries time. February prompts Pisces time, which is the last sign of the zodiac. It is the ultimate death energy. So everyone at a collective level sees things that they have to let go of in the month of February, and you, Leo, seem to be benefiting from it greatly. You seem to be understanding where that energy needs to go and where it needs to find itself once more. I feel like you're being given something this month. Six of Cups with the Empress. That second week of February is going to give you something so important. Okay, I feel like new relationships, making closure with the past, finding an understanding with someone that you've been at odds with for a while. I feel like February is so relaxing and so uplifting that you can finally have closure with something. You can finally move on. You can finally let go. And I want you to really be able to merge these concepts together, Leo, of supplementing your growth and finding enjoyment in closure to what no longer serves and letting go and enjoying the process of then moving forward. And it's not always just easy, Death is in your reading, the Hanged Man is in your reading. There's a sense of, a heavy chest or being, forced to grieve or feeling like you can't avoid this sense of bereavement over, finally finding that closure or knowing that no longer can that relationship which was codependent proliferate. No longer do I have to have a crutch. No longer do I have to have something that really held me back. And even though that would be something that we would think naturally gives us a sense of pride, it can be hard to let go of them nonetheless. So give yourself space as you're going through that process. Make sure you're giving your body what it needs. There's a sense of Leo really focusing on their health, focusing on their hydration, focusing on what's going into their body, again, supplementing that growth system, and then using that newfound strength to sail to smoother waters. So I see you sailing to smoother waters this month. I see you having a really strong sense of transition, and it's very beautiful. Let's go ahead and get into the week to week. In the first week of February, Leos, you have Temperance rooted down by Queen of Swords. Really not letting yourself give yourself the same excuses as before about like why you can't eat healthy, why you can't, find balance and integration, why you can't be healthy is really what it's coming down to. Like really getting into that airy Queen of Swords formulaic place and seeing, okay, my body is lacking this, I must give it this period paragraph, not or my emotional well-being is lacking this, I need to give it this. And not then getting into sort of more of like a Queen of Cups place or a Queen of Wands place where it's like, well, but I kind of still want that codependent relationship, or well, I kind of enjoy the way that my life looks when there's all of this drama in it. No, it's really getting real with yourself and really getting serious about what is good and what isn't, and making the appropriate changes. So you for instance don't like going to sleep early or something, but you have to wake up really early, and you think, okay, but it feels good to be up late and I'll just deal with it tomorrow. I think that Leo really deals with procrastination and really deals with what they put off and what they choose to do in the moment, and really supplementing that and making that something that is progressing you to a higher state of happiness. So you just really have to get real with yourself in the first week. You might even want to like write down like what you need, what you don't need, and like a game plan for making your life, support what that entails, because there's such a great opportunity for health, wealth, well-being that starts in the first week of February for you, Leo, but understand what you need to let go of to make that happen, okay? Week number 2, the Empress rooted down by Six of Cups. What a beautiful energy, and how incredible your life becomes when there is a clear understanding of what suits you and what doesn't. What you need to attract in, what you don't. How clear things become and how comfortable things become as well. Because once you accept that, once you see that, you start to also see that the universe supports you as well. Suddenly you're given what you needed. You're given the closure that you needed. You're given the job that you needed. You're given anything that your body really needs can be received in the second week. So you're lacking money or something, the raise comes through, or something that you've been expecting for a long time comes through. Maybe your tax return ends up being a lot more than you thought it did. I feel that for a lot of you, actually, because I know that it's tax time. So, that could be a good time in the second week of February to be working on those taxes and seeing that the tax return is going to be bigger than you expected. I see just a big sense of Leo getting more than they expected. Again, Jupiter is in Sag, trine you. So much abundance and benevolence can come through that helps support an environment where you can heal more, where you can have more space, more time, more ingenuity of your own, okay? And you really want everything in your life to be supporting your environment, to be supporting where your home base is, where your home energy is. Again, Six of Cups to me is a very homely card. It's a very, hometown sense of, I'm safe, I'm comfortable, I'm protected. And the Empress is also that type of energy as well. So maybe not the best time to be in unfamiliar places or to be in really high octane experiences. Try to stay comfortable, try to lay low, try to be a bit more receptive during that period of time. I think it does you really well. Week number 3, Six of Swords rooted down by Seven of Pentacles. Do you stay or do you go? Do you run? Do you hide? Do you stay in the same place? There's a sense of not knowing what action to take in the third week, because on one hand, there's this desire to get moving, get sailing on the boat. And then on the other hand, there's also this desire to really stay sturdy, to stay still. I think that it's interesting, the same person that's depicted in both of those cards. You see how they're holding the same thing, perhaps. It's like the one guy is holding the row, and then the guy in Seven of Pentacles is holding, I guess, the hoe. I don't know what it is, but they're wearing the same thing. I think they're the same person, obviously, and it's just interesting to me, the congruency there. And the similarity in action, yet the difference as well, the contrast, yet the similarity. Because on one hand, you have that direct motion of Six of Swords, but then you have the stillness of Seven of Pentacles. So motion is emphasized for you. What are you doing? What actions are you taking? You need to decide how you want to stay and how you want to go. Do you see yourself in this same place, or do you need another place, Leo? Do you see yourself in the same job or a different one? Do you see your health staying the same or changing? It's really important to wrap your head around what direction you want. So yes, there are crossroads in the third week of February. Oftentimes, to me, Six of Swords can represent moving in with someone else, so finding a roommate or moving in with the person you've been in a relationship for a long time. But Seven of Pentacles can oftentimes represent solitude, so I think that a lot of you are like making the decision, do I want to keep living by myself or do I want to move in with this person? And also, but at the deeper level, Six of Swords, again, it's my home card as a tarot reader. It is my most connected energetic archetype, so it has a very deep connotation to me and a very deep meaning of, you know, not forced transition, but kind of, you know, you're forced to have some kind of transition. And I wouldn't try to force stillness during this time. I really wouldn't, because to me, with Six of Swords being on top, it says that that takes precedence, that movement, that motion, that transition takes precedence. And even if you, you know, kept the status quo of your life in effect, you know, with Seven of Pentacles is very status quo to me. It feels that there would still be some amount of, you know, deep change, deep transformation at the end of the day. So don't try to resist that too much. But at the same time, don't repress those urges for stillness, because I do feel that that is something that is real in Leo right now as well. So that's really going to come down to you and come down to what your life is looking like, you know, trying to understand that contrast that is present for you starting in the third week. Okay, week number 4, you have Three of Pentacles rooted down by death. Three of Pentacles is very much evocative of the general energy of 2019 to me. It feels like a building year, Saturn and Capricorn, and it also feels like a collaboration year, again, like Jupiter and Sag, so collaborating with other people and building something through collaboration, so group projects, group endeavors, networking. A good time for you to network, and a good time for you, perhaps, Leo, also to leave behind a period of isolation. So again, I am feeling a bit of an isolated energy that maybe started for you about 1.5 years ago. And I think that this 4th week of February, as we're moving towards the astrological new year, does show a release from that isolation. So I would say go for it, Leo. You know, go for the social interactions, go for the, you know, fun experiences with other people, go for the collaborations and group projects. Likewise, you could see that some of those things fall through. It could go either direction with death rooting that down. You could see that a group project that you've been wanting to work on for a while is not what we thought it would be, or that people end up canceling or something. That could be possible, but one way or another, regardless, there needs to be, you know, a detour or like a change in direction. So you see this group project falls through, or this social event falls through, let's look towards another one, or let's look towards some other form of connection, because I feel that Leo needs connection in the month of February and moving forward into this year as well. It's not really a lonely type of year for you. So with the Hanged Man reverse being your central theme, you might see that pattern or that cycle of isolation that you went through for a while, you know, it tries to proliferate here again, and it tries to, you know, find itself, or like maybe you're like, oh, I just don't feel like being around other people, when in reality it's not going to really feel great to be by yourself either. Try to overcome that. Try to, you know, maybe invite people to you, or take baby steps. I feel like the energy of baby steps this month as well. It's like small motions toward a sense of happier times, or towards a sense of stronger connection, you know, temperance, again, hydrating, integrating, connecting with yourself so that you can connect with other people. The Empress, you know, finding receptivity, allowing people in, allowing people to, you know, be there in your life. I think it's important for Leo right now, because I think, you know, we're associating that in the spiritual community with something that's, you know, less than, to, you know, allow people in, to allow people to, you know, take control of you or something, which is not good. But it's important for Leo to allow people in right now. That's just what I'm hearing. And then with the Death card, it's like letting go of that isolation, moving past those codependent relationships that were a negative experience of receptivity, and finding healthy receptivity in your life right now, Leo, is such a great starting point for moving into the astrological new year. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for being here. I hope that this reading resonated for you. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't had the chance yet to see this content in the future. And also, if you guys have not seen my 2019 Year Ahead series, you can click the center of your screen to find that. I really hope you'll check it out. It has some great messages for moving through this entire year from a collective standpoint. Again, your likes, comments, subscribes make my day. Check that description box below to find all the information. You can follow me on social media, etc. We'll be talking soon, Leos. Bye.